Good afternoon. I'd like to bring the Corporate Services Committee meeting to order. I'd first like to read the land acknowledgement. Grimsby is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hadron-Aronk, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the First Credit. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The regional municipality of Niagara-Grimsby stands with all Indigenous people, and past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands in which we live. Are there any disclosures of interest? Seeing none? Okay, I'm going to move on to item 4, which is approval of the agenda, but I think we need to make some amendments. Is that correct? So we need to remove 2 sets of DIA minutes, which is item 5.2, which were already dealt with at a previous meeting. Is that correct? Okay. So I'd like a mover and a seconder to remove those 2 sets of minutes. Councillor Howe. And Mayor Jordan. Okay. So now I need a mover and a seconder to approve the adjusted agenda. I need a mover. Councillor Howe. And Mayor Jordan. This is what's going to happen through the meeting, I think. Resolve that the amended agenda for February the 5th, 2024 Corporate Services Committee meeting be approved. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Now, we're going to item 5.1. To receive the previous minutes of the Grimsby Downtown Improvement Area for October 11, 2023 and December 13th, 2023. I need a mover and a seconder for that. Mayor Jordan and Councillor Howe. So resolve the following minutes be received. October 11, 2023 and December 13, 2023 for the Grimsby Downtown Improvement Area. All in favor? Carried. Okay, we're moving on to delegations, of which there are none.
Sorry, we just missed the Corporate Services meeting.
Oh, sorry. Let's backtrack. I missed the receipt of the previous Corporate Services meeting. I need a mover and a seconder. Mayor Jordan, Councillor Howe. Can I move that again? Okay. So once again, resolve that the following minutes be received. The Grimsby Downtown Improvement Area, October 11, 2023, December 13, 2023, and Corporate Services of January the 15th, 2024. All in favor again? All carried. Okay, move on to item 7, no consent reports. On to item 8, discussion reports. We have a report from IT, which Philip is going to do. Departmental update for February 2024. Could get a mover and a seconder to get the item on the floor. Councillor Howe. Mayor Jordan. Okay, Philip, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chair. Through you to the committee. I thought it was timely to put this in front of you as we're entering budget season. You can, through the report, see the priorities from a technology point of view. These aren't certainly an exhaustive list. There's many more. These are the bigger ones, the corporate ones. And I'm happy to take any questions the committee may have.
What I would, if you don't mind, sorry, I didn't turn off my mic there. Philip, would you maybe just take us quickly through it?
Absolutely, don't mind at all. Thank you for the committee's time, Chair. So the first one, I'm speaking about the computerized maintenance management system project. This is an initiative that has been budgeted for in both capital and in 2024 transition to operating. It's the implementation essentially of a work order management system where if you have a municipal issue, let's say you have a pothole or street light out, you can go on and enter a work order request, and that gets automatically routed to staff for approval and then for resolution. So we rolled it out in 2023 in our transportation division. That is completed. They're using it today. 2024 is going to involve rolling it out amongst other divisions such as water, wastewater, cemeteries, and facilities. So that's that one. Website migration. We're migrating the town's website. It's going to have a slightly new look and feel to a new platform. The platform we're on now is being switched over to something called GovStack, same vendor. But this new platform gives us more control over the website, and we're able to do more in-house as opposed to kind of farming it out to our web host provider. The next, data center infrastructure. So we have a couple of systems in the data center that support the entire network that are aged. The first one I speak of in the report is the UPS. This provides power, conditioned power, to all the data center servers and infrastructure. It's old. It needs to be replaced. We have money allocated to this already in the capital budget program. So that consideration has been taken care of. And then the second one is a core switch, which council has also provided funding for in a capital fund under network equipment. The core switch interconnects every single location, every single server that the town operates. 2024 also has us conduct a third-party cybersecurity assessment. We do this every 2 years. The last one was done in September of 2022. So this is an independent third party that does vulnerability scans, that does penetration testing, social engineering checks, and also looks over our technology practices and policies to make sure we're where we need to be best of class. So I'm looking forward to that. And the last one, it's a bit more maybe public-facing, is our access point replacement. So we replaced all the access points at the Peach King Center last year. In 2024, we want to do the balance of facilities. We're prioritizing facilities with public access, such as the library and art gallery and museum. But all facilities will have their Wi-Fi systems upgraded. Some of them are 10 years old, so they need an upgrade. More speed, additional capacity, and more speed. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Philip. I'll open the floor for any kind of comments, discussion. Councillor Howe?
Thank you, Chair. Sure, you and Philip touched briefly on this. A couple of things with the cemeteries, the CMMS extending into the cemeteries. One thing I find about computers is they're very cold. And with cemeteries, there was the possibility of anecdotal information, you know, in anybody, and I've never done it, but genealogy study, and as they try to go through different things. It's the capability to be anecdotal for 50 years from now that somebody from the Historical Society can go and look up, oh, and that was, you know, there might be a note there on it that might be relevant, but is that, and then I've got two more after this.
Go ahead, Philip.
Thank you. Through the chair. I did verify this, and the system does come with a comments field, so you can add in any information you want. It's free text. That said, though, we do have a concept of collecting only the information that we need to complete the work order. We don't want to be too extraneous, but if there was a need to and people wanted to file extra information, absolutely we could.
Go ahead, Don.
Thank you. The access points, and we did the work over at PK at the arena. Will that also cover the expansion so that we don't need to worry about someone coming back and saying we don't get any feedback over there? I mean, yeah, Wi-Fi. So we're good there?
Through the chair, strictly speaking, no. We're going to do a reassessment during the construction of the new building. Wi-Fi depends a lot on the materials used for coverage and signal strength. So it is planned. I did highlight this for the project team that's working on that, as well as other technology needs for the PKC. It will include a reassessment of the Wi-Fi coverage and additions if need be. Thank you.
And last, cybersecurity, which is getting a whole lot of play. How far does the cybersecurity follow its path down? And I guess I'm thinking of this laptop, the town's laptop that I use. Does that get covered by the cybersecurity, or does each piece have to be not drilled down, but verified that it's all right, or does that happen right at that main room downstairs?
Thank you, through you, Chair. Very good questions. Another good question. I love talking about this stuff. So there's a concept in cybersecurity called defense in depth. So it's not one piece of equipment. This is an endpoint. It's secured, but there's a couple of other layers of security. So absolutely, and it's our job to look after all of the pieces. Our independent consultant will look at every piece of that chain to make sure we're following best practices to secure, not just everybody thinks, oh, you got a firewall, you're secure. That's one piece. There's other pieces. How do we secure the email system? How do we secure the endpoints? How do we secure the servers? So great question, and it's a layered approach, and everything needs to be covered.
Mayor Jordan?
Thank you, Chair, through you to Philip. Just because I just finished my water compliance, there was a lot on cybersecurity and water systems now, and I understand like all our systems are very tech-oriented now. So I guess this audit will help us see if there are any deficiencies. So I'm looking forward to that being done, just given the fact that we rely on technology so much. So just our reliance on technology causes the ability to people out there to get into the system. So this audit will certainly go a long way to make us more secure. And I just, you probably feel that same thing. I guess I'm echoing your concerns as well, right?
Go ahead, Philip.
Thank you, through the chair, to Mayor Jordan. Good to highlight the water system vulnerabilities, because I do receive updates from higher levels of government, and one of the things they're telling people like me to look at carefully is water systems and financial systems, that those are being attacked. We had an issue, and I won't name the municipality, last week where they got hacked and then scammed. And then they're out $1.5 million. So it's what I lose sleep over most nights, is worrying about this stuff. But 2023 was a major year for improving our cybersecurity. With the budget that council gave us, we were able to do a lot, stay within budget, but putting other layers of defense, I sleep a little bit better at night. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. A couple of questions, if you don't mind. I noticed in page 2 at the top, you mentioned the project implementation in 2024 includes the creation of a citizen portal. I see Christina is here. So who's responsible for the front-facing piece of our website? I mean, like, I know you put all the back-end stuff in there, but who creates the front end? Is that you, or is it come from various parts of the organization, or how does that work? Because I know you're updating it anyways, you're going to a different level, but who does that? Because I mean, we had a recent, reason why I ask it, we had a recent question as to how we might put economic development, like the Welcome Center link to our website, and I still don't have the answer to that, even though they're not part of our organization. But so who's responsible for the front end?
So thank you, through you, Chair. We have a new opportunity in 2024 with Christina joining us, but to date, we have a web authors group, which is representatives from every department get together regularly and meet about major changes to the website, if there's any major things that have to be done to it. Right now, that team is working on the migration, as I point out. They're working on migrating to the new site. But so I would look at that web authors team. Christina's been added to that, and we're figuring that out, what it looks like as we go forward.
So the web authors team is an internal group? Okay. And I assume there's someone from every department involved? Okay, all right. You mentioned one of our potential weak points right now is the diesel generator. And it's very old. I assume we do risk management on the whole system at some point. I mean, you and I have had this discussion offline a few times. So do we do risk management from the front end all the way down to the water supply, whatever? So do we have an external company that does a risk management study on that, or is it something we just do in-house? Because I think we need a third party probably to be involved in those types, and we probably do. Maybe you can speak to that for me if you don't mind.
Sure. Great questions. And I like when we worry about infrastructure, because infrastructure is one of those things that it's easily forgotten. So I appreciate the question. The power system infrastructure, which is the diesel generator and the UPS that I speak of in the report, are maintained by a third-party operator, including preventative maintenance. I think it's quarterly. They come in and they have a look at the equipment. The diesel generator has a program where it turns on weekly. I want to say Tuesdays. I can't remember the exact day. It runs for 10 minutes, so we know that it's working. It doesn't just sit there for 6 months without running or without somebody looking at it. We do preventative maintenance.
So does that generator sit outside the building? I mean, can someone hop over a fence and clip the wires? I've seen a lot of organizations that have, which rely on their IT system, their data system, and they have a generator sitting outside, very exposed to everybody. Someone can come along, stop the car, get out and clip the wires, and you're done. So is our generator in a situation like that? Is it out somewhere where it's exposed to the world? I mean, or is it somewhere in a secure place? And I'm only asking these questions because I've been through it in my lifetime.
Thank you. It is secured, I'll say that. Maybe I don't want to say too much specific in public, but it is secured. Is it 100%, it's not in Fort Knox. If you wanted to get in, you could get in.
I think that's all I had. Let me just, if you don't, give me a second here. On the Wi-Fi, my favorite subject. I complain about it all the time because we walk into town hall here, most of us, and I was just trying to send some information there just a little while ago, and it just wouldn't go through because it didn't pick up. The Wi-Fi is not that robust. I assume that this new edition will help that. I know you talked about the Peach King Center, but in-house, I think the Wi-Fi system is, for visitors or someone like counselors, is not that friendly. Of course, I won't talk about the cellular piece. That's another discussion. But can you speak to that for me for a minute?
Sure. This will address that issue. These new access points operate at much faster speeds and can hold more devices on them. And our access out to the internet has also been upgraded, so we have a full pipe available. So by the end of 2024, I would be very surprised if I heard that type of issue. The cellular is a whole other topic, and we've talked. Okay.
Thank you. I'll be looking forward to having this conversation again. Anyways, thank you, Philip. It's a good report. Really appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job. Okay. Seeing no other questions, resolve that report ITSI 24-01 departmental update of February 20, 2024, dated February the 5th, 2024, be received for information. All in favor? Mayor Jordan, Councillor Howe. Okay, moving on. No correspondence, no other business. Is there any other business? Any other business? None? None. Okay, that's it. Next meeting will be held on March 4th, 2024, in this room at 12 p.m. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.